Hi, I would like to introduce you to the great horses of Japan. I'm not very good at English, so there may be strange expressions, but please forgive me. This time is El Condor Pasa. First, El Condor Pasa has the blood of a world-famous female. His father is King Mambo, and King Mambo's mother is Miesk. As anyone familiar with horse racing knows, Miesk is a horse with excellent results with 10 Grade 1s. El Condor Pasa's great-grandmother, 4 generations ago, is called Thong. Thong is a famous female with a global pedigree such as Sadler's Wells and Nureyev. El Condor Pasa has 3 names for this Thong in his pedigree. There is a Thong cross there. This is not a coincidence, and the owner studied hard and thought about it. El Condor Pasa's mother is Sadler's gal. She ran 8 times and was an unwinning horse, but it was important that she was a descendant of Thong. El Condor Pasa was born in 1995. He was born in the United States and brought to Japan. As mentioned above, it seems that the challenge to Europe was planned from the beginning because it is a conceived pedigree. This is awesome, as Japanese horses rarely challenged overseas at the time. El Condor Pasa made his debut on the dirt race in November 1997. In Japan, turf racing is more important than dirt. However, El Condor Pasa was still weak, so the dirt race was chosen because it puts less strain on his legs. He failed to start and chased from the back. He was still behind when he entered the straight course, but he accelerated rapidly and took the lead. He quickly opened the gap, 7 horses behind the second horse. In January of the following year, he re-entered the dirt race. He failed to start, but gradually moved up from behind, widening the gap on a straight course. He won by 9 horses behind the second horse. In the next race, he entered the Grade 3 Kyodo News Cup to challenge his first turf race. It was February. However, due to the influence of snow, it was changed to a dirt course. El Condor Pasa won easily by putting 2 horses behind the second horse on the dirt course that he is good at. But he couldn't run the turf course, so he chose the April New Zealand Trophy next. The New Zealand Trophy is Grade 2 and is a 1400-meter race. It is positioned as a step race for the NHK Mile Cup, Grade 1 in May. El Condor Pasa was a little confused at the first turf race. However, he won without any problems and was 2 horses behind the second horse. At the NHK Mile Cup he was aiming for, there were 3 other undefeated horses besides him. El Condor Pasa ran 5th ahead. And he got out early on the straight course. With no worries, he became an undefeated Grade 1 winner. From previous races, El Condor Pasa was thought to be suitable for mile races, but the next goal was the Japan Cup in November. The Japan Cup is a 2,400-meter race. His trainer thought the El Condor Pasa was adaptable, could run on turf and dirt, and could run short or long distances. El Condor Pasa took a rest in the summer and entered the Mainichi Crown in October as a step race for the Japan Cup. This race was Grade 2, but is now known as a very high-level race. First, Grass Wonder has entered. Grass Wonder was still undefeated at this time. And the other is Silence Suzuka. I plan to make a video of him, but I don't have one yet. He was still undefeated this year and was said to be the fastest horse. Although he was a front runner, his last spurt was faster than other horses. Believe it or not, his spurt was faster than the horse driving from behind. ElCondorPasa was a challenger. In the race, Silence Suzuka ran at a tremendous speed. Grass Wonder doesn't move well, probably because of the rest. ElCondorPasa chased at the usual acceleration, but Silence Suzuka escaped. ElCondorPasa would probably have won the average member. Unfortunately for ElCondorPasa, Silence Suzuka was too fast. November, Japan Cup. It is said that foreign horses did not have such strong members this year. However, Japanese horses were at a high level. There was Special Week, which was the same age as ElCondorPasa and won the Derby of the year. There was also Air Groove. Although she is a mare, she defeated a male horse in Grade 1 and was selected as the representative horse of the previous year. She also ran in the Japan Cup the previous year and finished second. ElCondorPasa was a little worried, because 2,400 meters was his first time. The race started and the three horses advanced close to each other. And ElCondorPasa spurted a little earlier. Special Week and Air Groove delayed the spurt a bit. As a result, this difference in spurts was the result. ElCondorPasa is the first place as it is. He was 2.5 horses behind Air Groove. In the end, ElCondorPasa was very adaptable and solved the distance problem. He is a smart, flawless horse. This is the end of his race of the year. The following year, he decided to leave Japan and try an overseas race. The specific goal was to win the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. ElCondorPasa flew to France. He stayed slowly and tried to build muscle for European horse racing. So he planned to run 2 or 3 races before the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. Unlike Japan, European turfs need power to run. ElCondorPasa couldn't run properly right after he came to France, but he gradually got used to it and his muscles changed. And he is said to have become a slender body with a long body. In May, ElCondorPasa entered the Prix d'Aspin. However, he was overtaken by Croco Rouge and finished second. He lost, but he seems to be getting better after this. In July, he entered the Grand Prix de Saint Cloud. The members are even stronger than the Prix d'Aspin. Dreamwell, who won the French Derby and Irish Derby the previous year. Sagamix, which won the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe the previous year. And German yearly representative horse Tiger Hill and more. ElCondorPasa overtook Tiger Hill on the last straight course and beat him by 2 horses. After this, he entered the Prix Foy, which is held in Longchamp, the same as the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. There were only 3 entries in this race: ElCondorPasa, Croco Rouge and Borgia. ElCondorPasa was once overtaken by Borgia, but overtook again and finished first. ElCondorPasa was already being supported in France. There were even stronger members at the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. Montjou and Delamy. However, it was raining in Paris around this time and the course was very soft. Delamy seems to be not good at this kind of course. But Montju was good at it. The pacemaker horse didn't go forward, so ElCondorPasa naturally escaped. Montju was in the middle team. ElCondorPasa widened the gap with the back on a straight course, but Montju chased at once. They lined up, and Montju slightly overtook. ElCondorPasa finished second. However, the French media praised ElCondorPasa and reported, "There were two champions." ElCondorPasa finally retired from the race. Montju entered the Japan Cup in November but finished in fourth place. It was Special Week that won. This year, in Japan, discussions were held on the selection of representative horses for the year. There were three candidates: Special Week, ElCondorPasa, and Grass Wonder. ElCondorPasa succeeded in European horse racing. The result of second place in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe is excellent. And Montju, who won the ElCondorPasa, lost to Special Week at the Japan Cup. Special Week and Grass Wonder raced together twice this year, and both Grass Wonder won. Who do you think is right for you? After all, ElCondorPasa was chosen as the representative horse of the year. He never raced in Japan this year, so many denied this result. Someone said, "Both Special Week and Grass Wonder were great." However, he was chosen to show the world that the Japanese Horse Racing Association firmly appreciates ElCondorPasa's success in the world. ElCondorPasa became a stallion, but sadly, he died in 3 years. He was 7 years old. He had a volvulus. There are about 400 children left, but they are at a high level. Song of Wind won the Kika show. Arundite won the Japan Cup Dirt and Vermilion won 9 Grade 1 dirt races. And ElCondorPasa has done well as a Broadmere sire. So, he ran through a life that was too fast and too dense. That's all for this time. If you want to know more about Japanese horses, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.